What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another second stimulus check update and stimulus news video. Today it's Monday, September 28th. I want to bring you some really big news that end up coming out today. This news, and I want to explain it because I think it's going to impact the second stimulus check moving forward and also this next stimulus package. So first, earlier today, what happened, and you've probably seen this, it's probably not anything new. However, I want to address this, so make sure you stick around for this entire video. Earlier today, the New York Times released a report saying that they have received or have President Trump's tax information. Now, let me break this down. First, they were saying that it's from an anonymous source. They're also showing that it says that President Trump paid $750 in 2016 for his taxes, and he also paid $750 in 2017 as well. Again, all of this stuff is going to affect the second stimulus check. Again, make sure you stick around because I want to explain why. But it also goes and shows that President Trump currently, there's hundreds of million dollars in debt that is coming due very soon. And also it shows that he received a $72.9 million tax refund from the IRS that is subject of an audit. So that is what they're saying. I don't want to dive into the report. You've probably seen it. I will talk about that later on, maybe tomorrow, the next day. But I want to address this because this is new and it's likely going to affect everything moving forward in the world of stimulus. Now, why do I say this? Here's the reason why I'm saying this. First off, because this report is coming out today, Monday, September 28th. Tomorrow, Tuesday, September 29th, is the first debate between President Trump and Joe Biden. That will happen tomorrow evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so Pacific Daylight Time. So I want to address that because I think this is going to be huge. I assure you that Biden's team, as of right now, is working to pull more information, more records regarding this tax report, and they will question President Trump tomorrow. I guarantee that's happening. Also, that depending on how this debate goes, I can see President Trump will need to do something in order to get out of this kind of debacle that he's in. I can see him doing something, whether this report is true, whether it's factual information or not. Okay, it's negative information, it's negative media, it's negative press. So President Trump, I guarantee you, will do something. And so there is a chance that he agrees with Nancy Pelosi's $2.4 trillion stimulus proposal once it's released. So I'm not saying it's going to happen, but there's a very good chance it does, so that he can kind of get some of the positive press back on his side, because as of right now, there's not a lot of positive news coming from the Trump administration. Now, we know that President Trump is currently working on multiple different things to try to increase his numbers, right? Joe Biden's doing the same thing. However, President Trump holds a little bit more power because he's in office currently. So, for example, and I addressed this earlier today, and I'll actually link to this video down in the description box below as well. But President Trump is trying to issue $200 cash cards to people that are to Medicare recipients, to elderly people that are on Medicare. And he's trying to do this to somewhat bring down the cost of prescription drugs, but at the same time, he's doing this because he's trying to buy more votes. And it's something that a lot of presidents have done in the past. Barack Obama tried to do this exact same thing. Well, something very similar to this exact same thing, but it was looked at as a way of, okay, you're trying to buy votes. Whether it's true or not, it worked. So that is something that he's trying to do. Also, another thing President Trump is trying to do to increase his votes is to do a possible second round of executive orders, which would include another round of stimulus checks, $1,200 stimulus checks, and probably $500 for dependents. It would also include another probably 5 to 6 weeks of unemployment benefits, that federal unemployment benefit of $300 per week, and it would probably include, $20 to $30 billion for an airline bailout as well. So he is doing stuff in the meantime. Now, based on everything that I've been reading today, There's a lot of information out there. Not a lot regarding stimulus unless you read between the lines, which I like to do. But Nancy Pelosi is more optimistic today than she's ever been. Okay? But what's the reason why? Right? You're probably wondering, well, why is that? Well, of course, she thinks, Joe Biden's going to win, all this stuff, right? Well, here's the reason why. There's more negative news surrounding President Trump now than ever before. Also, voters are more skeptical to vote for President Trump because Nancy Pelosi and other media are putting out this information that President Trump is the reason why we couldn't squash the virus. Is he one of the reasons? Yes. Hey, is Nancy Pelosi, is all Congress? Yes. Everybody is. Any person in power is part of the reasons why the United States couldn't just completely get rid of the COVID-19 virus. However, it's here to stay. We need to obviously deal with it. Also, the House is preparing to win state delegations. Okay, this is big. They're trying to win state delegations because they are anticipating that neither Joe Biden or President Trump receive the required 270 electoral votes. And if that's the case, then it will be sent over to the House and they will decide who is the next president. Now here's the difference. The House currently has more Democrats than Republicans. However, Republicans have more House delegation. They have 26 to 22 for Democrats. Every state only gets one. They only get one vote. So it's 26 to 22, and there's a couple that are independents as well. So we'll see what happens there. But all of this stuff combined is what is making it look like it's a little more likely that President Trump will do whatever he can to agree on the next round of stimulus to increase his numbers. If President Trump agrees and makes it public that, okay, the Trump administration agrees another round of stimulus is needed and we agree to $2.4 trillion, but it comes back and the Senate decides, no, we're not going to pass that. It's not worth it to us. It's still a little bit in favor of President Trump. And it looks good on Democrats, it looks good on President Trump, but it looks bad on House Republican or Senate Republicans. So again, we will see what happens there. But just this morning, Nancy Pelosi said, we can get this done. That's exactly what she said, referring to the next stimulus package. So saying that more money to combat the virus is needed, more funding to open schools safely and for businesses will be required, and we need to help the Americans that were hurt the most by this recession. Now, President Trump has said he is willing to sign a stimulus package worth $1.5 trillion. However, things could quickly change. I don't know if things change today, but tomorrow after this debate between Joe Biden and President Trump, I guarantee you something will change. I am under the impression that President Trump is willing to sign something a little bit closer to $2 trillion, maybe a little bit higher. Whether Senate Republicans agree on that or not, again, I don't know. Haven't heard much from them. They're pretty quiet as of these days because there's really nothing they can do. Now, this new proposal that we have been expecting from Nancy Pelosi, which many are expecting is to be $2.4 trillion, we still haven't seen that yet. But it could be revealed sometime tomorrow, but it will be revealed this week is what Nancy Pelosi has stated. The House is also expected to try and push a vote on this bill sometime on Friday prior to them going on recess. So this is something that we can look forward to. However, this is not good for stimulus negotiations. This is only good for political gain. And based on what Nancy Pelosi said today and also yesterday in Sunday's interview, that she is looking to change the strategy for Democrats moving forward so that they can win some delegations. So again, we'll see what happens there, but what I know is things are going to change this week. Hopefully they change for the better. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to bring this to your attention is not because I know many people are going to say that Trump is done for. Okay? The reason I want to bring this to your attention is because I do not expect stimulus to be the same moving forward. Here's what I mean. The truth is that negative media is going to affect us all in different ways or one another. but this could ultimately speed up the stimulus negotiations. Things are not just going to move, just like they have been. Steve Mnuchin, Nancy Pelosi do negotiations behind closed doors. It's not going to work like that moving forward. It's going to have to come out at some point because President Trump will need it to. Now, Nancy Pelosi did say that the American people will see what $2.4 or $2.2 trillion will do for them. They are going to see it based on her new proposal. However, right now, I would not be surprised if Nancy Pelosi, even though she said the package will be for $2.2, $2.4 trillion, I would not be surprised if she comes out and reveals a newly revised stimulus package that is higher than $2.4 trillion. My guess is maybe around $2.5 to $2.7 trillion. And I say this because she could do this as a way to just see how willing Republicans are and the Trump administration to accept something higher with the position that they are currently in. President Trump has not done Republicans too much favors lately, okay, based on the reports that are coming out. Again, whether it's true or not, I don't know if it's true or not, but what I can tell you is that doesn't matter at this point. We are too close to negotiations, and any negative news will be bad news for President Trump. So again, we wait for Nancy Pelosi to reveal her new stimulus proposal. But while we do, there is so much out there happening right now that is tough to distinguish whether it's good or bad news. So what I want to do is I just wanted to address this, let you know what's currently going on, and so you can decide for yourself, is this good news or is this bad news? But again, I promise you, I'm going to bring you more updates so I can keep you updated on everything that's going on. There's a lot of stuff happening right now. Some is big, some is small, some is good, some is bad. But again, it's all up to you to decide whether it's good or bad for you. So there you guys go. That is your second stimulus check update and stimulus package news for a later evening edition of the September 28th stimulus update. So again, thank you for watching. Do me a favor if you enjoyed today's video. Like always, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you guys on the next one.